you have on hand in your pantry? This is the last video in the Food for Thought series, and I wanted to go over a few of the things that I keep on hand just to make meal planning easier and quick. And it's just things that I never run out of. They're staples I have all the time, and I know I'm going to miss a ton of them, but I guess I need to go through a fridge and freezer and pantry and stock pantry video one day, but that'd be like a 3-hour video. I don't know if anybody wants that. So I'm the weird one that loves all this stuff. But before we get into it, let's look at today's scripture, which is Proverbs 27 and 34. The Bible says, "Wherefore I pray you to take some meat, for this is for your health, for there shall not an hair fall from the head of any of you." When I looked at that scripture, I just thought about, what we use for meat, which I believe it's basically just food for your body. It doesn't have to be meat per se. It's pretty much anything that you eat. So when I thought about that and just thought that it said, it's good for you, it's for your health, and your hair is not going to fall out of your head. And I mean, yeah, it may still, but anyway, it's just thinking of food fuels your body. It's nutrition for your body, your soul, your mind, just everything. It all is interrelated. So I thought about the things that I have on hand each and every day. So when I do either want to make something quick or when I want to go to my recipe book, a lot of times I have most of the stuff that I need. The only thing that obviously you're going to have to buy more of is your fresh fruits and vegetables that aren't really going to have a shelf life. But a lot of stuff I try to buy so that it will have a shelf life. And I've got a ton of stuff sitting on the table around me. So let's just get started. So because I try to eat less meat and dairy, I'm not perfect. I don't do it all the time. But trying to be really good about that. I don't have the actual bags that I bought because I bought some in 5 and 10 pound bags, and I finally, welcome to the 21st century, I finally bought one of those little food saver vacuum sealers. It was like $50. I was like, best investment I could have ever made. But anyway, so I finally divvied up those 5 and 10 pound bags of beans, and I separated it into a 1 pound compressed version of the dried beans. So these are my little guys that I made. I'm so proud of myself, and I'm like, it did a really good job. So I think this will keep it for a couple of years, I believe. So I weighed out about 16 ounces of each of these as best I could, and then the end of the bag somewhere a little over or under. But so I've always got dried beans on hand, and usually what I'll do, I made a 16 ounce pack of the garbanzo beans, which one of those I put in the salad. That 16 ounces of dried beans, I just cooked them all at once in the pressure cooker. It's awesome, like 12 minutes of the cooking time and they're done. So it's just great. And then you pour out all the water from the beans. If you store just the dry beans, I can put I'll get 3 pounds of cooked beans out of 1 pound of dried beans. So I will cook them. I'll use like one that week, whatever, keep it fresh on hand and use it in my salads or make a soup or whatever. But like the other 2 packs, then I will put in a gallon, just a gallon. It's not even a freezer bag, it's just a gallon baggie, and write the date and when I packaged it up or when I cooked it and froze it. And a lot of times then, like next week, if I need, beans for something for my salad, I just grab a pack out of the freezer. It's done. They're ready to go. I'm really trying to get better about kind of bulk cooking, batch cooking, and then, saving some for later. It just makes things so much better. So anyway, I bought a few of my beans. So these again are the navy beans. These are my black beans. And I got some red kidney beans. And I forgot I love split pea soup. So there's my peas. And then I have the next order on hand for the bulk, but I just got a little pound of red lentils. Found them at Walmart. Can't seem to get a lot here. So those are, I believe, all the beans I have out. These are those Longev protein crumbles that I'm talking about. Now you can't really see them either. Okay, we're just gonna, it's an open one, we're gonna open it up, but it just looks like, I don't know what you call them. They look exactly like the TVP. So it's just protein powder, and I guess they mix it with water and make these little guys. But these are the ones, and I actually think they are repackaging these on the website, because this bag says that there are 40 grams of protein per serving, and that serving is 1.5 cup. Now on the website, they're backing down the serving size as 3/4 cups and 20 grams of protein. So it's all the same, but anyway, so those are the things I'm throwing in. And I either have my own brown rice or long grain rice. I mix the white and red quinoa, and the black is good too. If you buy like the trios, they're usually a lot more expensive. So I'll just do like half and half and cook my quinoa and put it with my own rice. Or this is what I love from Aldi. It's just a 7-grain, 90-second. These are already cooked. So one whole package has 12 grams of protein, and they have so many grains in them. It's got brown rice, white quinoa, oat groats, long grain red rice, organic red quinoa, the green lentils, and then a little bit of olive oil and salt. And those are the last two ingredients, the oil and then salt. So it doesn't have a lot of either. So it's got a little bit, but it's again why I kind of like to make my own. I don't have any of that. So those are some of like the grains that I have, and then of course I guess grains would go with like my steel cut oats is what I have now. And I do use the flaxseed, but I buy the ground flaxseed meal, because if you don't crush up like the flax seeds and sesame seeds, all those tiny seeds, then you really are not going to get that nutrition out of the seeds. They just tend to pass through. So here are some of the pastas that I use. This one I actually open. I usually only cook a half box at a time, but it's the organic linguine, but it's pretty much just, the only ingredient is wheat and then I guess water. So like that. These are the beans, the chickpea shells is what I got. They have 23 grams of protein, 8 grams of fiber, and then 48 net carbs. They are definitely high in carbs. It's not a low carb food, but the chickpeas, just the carbs are the complex carbs. They're not the white sugar, white flour that's gonna, spike your sugar levels when you eat it and then you have a crash. It's just, with all the fiber and all the other nutrition that's in the beans and that, the sugars and the starches that are in it, it takes longer for your body to digest all this stuff because of the fibers and that are attached. Same reason why like a banana isn't going to spike your sugar, because yes, it's high in the sugars, but it's also got those fibers, so it doesn't really spike your, blood sugar like a cookie would. And I know, I love my cookies too. Okay, trying to think here. I think that's enough of kind of like the grains in that. So here is I love the Garden of Life. I know there's so many other vegan protein powders, but I'm more worried about the ingredients than whether it's vegan or not. I am lactose intolerant, so I can't do the whey in any of the milk proteins anyway. But this has, oh my word, I'm not going to read it, but almost every single ingredient is a food. It's strawberries and blueberries and garlic and Brussels sprouts and tomato and broccoli, and then there's sprouted brown rice and pea protein powder and buckwheat powder, millet. It's all sprouted bean powders. That's where they get all their proteins from. All these good. It's food. It's food in a jar. So I'll take that anyway, any day anyway. And I use their vitamins as well. So I buy the women's multi, the 40 plus, because I'm on the plus side of 40. And then I get their calcium. And I don't need to worry about the extra B12 because this has enough of your daily B12. And I probably need to go back to a full serving, but I've kind of started having these because they're almost about $50 a bottle. So, but these are 2-month servings. So, but if I half it, then that $50 will last me about 4 months. So it's about $25 a month. So that's why I try to eat really good to make up for the nutrition I'm not getting in those, taking it whole. And that's why I like this meal replacement, because it's actually got live probiotics and enzymes, and then it's just got more of the nutrition and fibers and protein and a lot of vitamins, because it's actually a meal replacement. So I'm trying to think, what else do I have? I've got a ton of nuts and seeds, and now I forgot. So I got out my flaxseed, and I think on that recipe I ran down my smoothie, I forgot I put 2 tablespoons of flax seeds in and hemp seeds. Both of these are very high in the omega-3s. So instead of taking a fish oil, again, you've got the whole seed, you've got the vitamins and minerals, the protein, the fiber, everything, and your omega-3s. Same thing with the hemp seeds. These are the raw hulled hemp seeds. I think it's 3 tablespoons as a serving, and these guys are like 9 or 10 grams of fiber, I think, for the 3 tablespoons, but they're kind of pricey. So I try to find my best buy I can get for them. I'll definitely buy those in bulk. And I was keeping that bag in the freezer and then loading up these jars as I go. And obviously the bags I haven't opened yet. They're fine. So all right, guys, look in here. And then here's something that I use all the time that I talk about, my tahini. So this is just sesame seeds. That's it. They are dry roasted, mechanically hulled sesame seeds. Not even any salt in this. So it's just sesame seeds, and it's really, it's just like butter. So it's like the butter, the natural peanut butter, that it's got the oil on top in the beginning, and this will settle and the oil will come up, but you just mix it up whenever you need to use it. And then like almond butters, and I use all the peanut butters. I buy all the natural, try to get the raw if you can. So then I brought, let's see, what else do I have? My PB2 powder that I love, and my baking cocoa so that I can make my peanut butter smoothie. But I don't eat a lot of like canned vegetables. But I buy frozen, and I have the canned corn. I usually try to get organic when I get the corn. That's definitely one of the GMO products. And then here, at least get the non-GMO if I can. But Hunt's is the only fire roasted tomatoes I can find. And I even look at Fresh Thyme. They did have an organic one the first time I bought them, and I haven't seen them since. So I'm like, what are you doing to me, Fresh Thyme? But anyway, I always keep tomatoes as a staple, and corn. I do have some canned beans just in case of emergencies, but I'm really trying to start to cook those dried, so I've got something healthier and whatever. So then these are the little tomatoes. I don't know why. I can't remember the name of this guy, but you guys, Cherub maybe is the name. I love these little tomatoes. And I'll just have those in my salads. And I've been getting these little duos from Aldi. They're just white potatoes and red potatoes and minis. So I always have those on hand. Sweet potatoes. And then my red onion. And got a huge one in that one. I usually buy the bulk or the bag of red onion. Always try to have lemons and limes on hand. So what else? Oh my word, I'm not going through everything. I've got way too much stuff. But like these are the bananas, so they're starting to get spotted. These are soft. These are good for like cooking at this state. So the darker brown they get, the sweeter they get inside. So when they get really dark, that's when I peel them and throw them in the freezer and use the frozen bananas for my smoothies, or they say you can make banana and ice cream or whatever you call it. I mean, it's good. You can put strawberries and stuff in it, but it's definitely not going to be the same as ice cream. I just go buy the almond milk, and Aldi had an oat milk ice cream that was really good. So, but this is good. This is prime for making like your overnight oats. Anything you have to mash a banana, or if you make, I think there were some pancake recipes I've found with like oats and a banana and milk and just different things to just give you a healthier pancake. But these are great at this stage. And then I found these apples. I've never heard of them. They don't have a little thing. I got a bag of them at Fresh Time, and they're like spicy, sweet. They're amazing. It's almost like an apple cider, how it's got a little bit of cinnamon in it. It's just like all wrapped into the apple. It was so good. And then going back to my salads, I try to get like the dried cranberries that are sweetened. This one is sweetened from apple juice concentrate. So they did have a little sunflower oil in that, which I didn't like. But so these are like the dried cranberries that I'll throw in my salads. And I forgot, I must have found that bag because I bought the other one. I went to Walmart to get it, so I did find less sugar, but I really don't like to get the one sweetened with sugar. Same thing with jelly. I'll buy the like blackberry preserves, and they usually have like pineapple and apple juice to sweeten it, and doesn't have like sugar in it. So being alive, I'm trying to think of just different things that we have. I just always think about, and I didn't even bring all the nuts that I have on hand. Like I said, I've got the raw pumpkin seeds, I've got almonds. I did bring my walnuts, and I need to go back to buying the raw. They're really just better for you when they're not cooked. I just get these right now at Aldi and throw them in our salads. But I mean, if it's not raw, you're still going to get the omega-3s out of them and different things. So it's, raw is the best, but a lot of the raw stuff, it tastes different than like the toasted like almonds that we're used to. The raw tastes disgusting. There's no salt in them. They're not crunchy. They're like soft, and it's just a whole texture thing and just something you've got to get used to. But anyway, I think that's pretty much everything I bought here. I can't really think. I mean, I just try to keep all kinds of grains. I don't eat a lot of rice, but I do have a little bit of like the long grain brown rice, or it would have more protein, or not protein necessarily, but the antioxidants is like the wild rice with the black rice in them, and like black sesame seeds. Again, anything with all these vibrant colors and different colors, everything that's outside of the norm, what we're used to seeing, that's what's going to have more nutrition in there for you. So my question today is, what foods will you start stocking in your pantry that you don't already have in there? So let me know in the comments, and let's start a discussion about that. Thank you so much for watching. If you know anybody that would like this type of content, please forward my video to them. If you liked it, please give me a thumbs up and let me know you care. Show me some love, if you will. And if you have not already, please subscribe so you'll know when the next video comes out. And speaking of the next video, we are going to start a new series, my little 5x5 series. So the first one is going to be, do you warm up before lifting your weights? So until then, we'll see you next time.